All right. Mic check. One Master's Podcast was made, of course. Man, back with another Thinking Out Loud. First and foremost, I want to thank all the supporters, all listeners. Every week in, week out, y'all kill it. Y'all support major, the shares. I just got my Facebook insights this morning from last week. I was up in every category about 1,000, so about the thousands. So that was good. A lot of engagement in this past week, so that was dope. My last guest I had on, Dominique Simpkins, was talking about just gang violence, gang awareness, which is dope when you think about what just happened this week and all the murders and all the deaths and stuff that's going on in the city, in the world. So definitely shout out to y'all. My goal always with guests is just to educate, and like More Than Masters is really about educating about Augusta, right? About what city we at, where we from, and the things that go on here. Besides that golf tournament that they parade around, right? But also in the city, somebody is from here and wants to know about who does what, who does this, who does that. I also always want to give a platform to those people. So whether you do hair, whether you film movies, you do videos, you rap, you sing, you own a business, you just a parent, you just your average Joe, you walk to work, you work at McDonald's, I don't care, like, you always come on here, there's always space for you. It's just about the conversation and the message we're going to put out. That's what's most important to me. So when I don't get back to people, or if you feel like I don't answer you, it's never that I'm saying no. Like I always say, it's just not right now. So it's never no, it's just not right now. And that can mean a bunch of things. It can mean that the message is not there yet for us to really link. It can mean that whatever you're doing in this current moment ain't what I'm trying to put on. It's not what I'm trying to push. You know what I'm saying? So that's also why I would not answer or not respond. And then also I could have a different vision for you, just not in that moment, not in that time. So you might give me 2 months, 3 months, maybe a year, who knows, to where we make that link up come into fruition. And I also like to think about the fact that people, not everybody can speak well. So I might see your lives. I might know you. I might know that you don't speak. There's really no point in you doing a podcast. I get it. You want to promote something. You want to be in the forefront. You want to be on camera. I look good, right? I look nice on camera. I look all right right now. Feel me? Got the Lakers hat. They ain't winning any games right now, but it's all good. Got the slim shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn around real quick. All right, get that Slim for all the shirts. It says work smarter, not harder. You feel me? So shout out to Slim for giving me the shirt on time. It's been a long time since he's done that, so that's my guy. I got a guest with me. I normally do things I was alone, right? But I want to do this one different. This guest is very, very major supporter of the podcast, always major supporting, giving feedback week in, week out, like a very, very avid feedback giver. Does his own thing. I got my guy Jody, NGE Jody.
Mm-hmm. What's going on, everybody?
All right. We just did an episode, so we'll check that out, Main and Slim. That should be out before this, most likely. So shout out to him for that. Dope. Got a project out right now on Apple Music,
Spotify. It's called Jody. Search NGE Jody, and you'll see the album called Jody.
If you got a girl, all right. If you got a girl and you just bob out with it, y'all just stay in the house all day, y'all chilling. Throw it on. You have a beautiful night. Trust me. If you are a woman and you just want to vibe out to some music, make yourself feel sexy, and make yourself reassure that there are men out there that are willing to court you, willing to please you, and just want to serve and cater to you. That's the kind of music you want to listen to. So shout out to you, man. See how I did that? That was dope. See, I be trying, man. I get in front of the camera, I go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But a couple things I want to talk about, man. A lot hasn't happened this week. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't want to get into the takeoff thing just yet. But I do want to get into the freedom of speech and talking and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So I know we had Kyrie, I know we had the Kanye, and I really, really try to stay away from the Kanye thing, man. I tried to. I did an episode where I just kind of coached it. I didn't really, refereed it. I didn't really give my intake on it or my take on it. I listened to Ken Macon. I don't know if you know what it is, but if you don't, you need to, right? Ken Macon. I listened to this podcast today twice. Here's what I say about Ken. All right. That is one person that I feel like every time I'm in my bag and I'm really putting out a lot of content at a rapid pace that's really good, or I'll do a thing out loud where I feel like I nailed it, like it's perfect maybe, Ken will put an episode out that made me just think like, damn, do I need to be podcasting? Like he's that good. Like man. I like him. Like Ken is my favorite podcaster, damn near. You know what I'm saying? I like him and Slim for different reasons. Slim can go in a box that I'll speak about those things amongst the crew, amongst the homies and stuff like that. But I'm not going on camera speaking about that thing because of my image and what I represent, right?
Right.
So I like that about Slim. He can tap into lanes I can't tap into. Likewise as well, but he can tap into more lanes that I just can't tap into. He can say things I just won't say on camera.
Right.
But then Ken is like, it's a lane that I don't really know if I can tap into that. I just like with Slim I won't tap into it. With Ken, I don't know if I can. Like it's like the level of intellect there. Like how he pieces words together, how he talks about certain topics. It's like it's no emotion, it's just all intellect.
Right.
He never like, I don't like this person. I feel as though I feel this. I feel that. Our podcast, we got a thing of saying, well, I feel like. No, with Ken is like, this is what it is. I read books. I have knowledge. I know what the hell is going on. I'm gonna use these vocabulary words because that word don't mean what you think it mean. You know what I'm saying? It make you rethink the way you talk, like the wording, the phrases you use. Like it make you rethink all that. Granted, I like my entertainment style and stuff like that, but listening to Ken's episode today was dope, man. So I'm gonna send it to you so you listen to it. But he's a dope podcaster, dope writer, by the way. He's just dope all around. But shout out to Ken Macon. I listened to him today and he says something to the likes of, and I don't know verbatim, but to the likes of Kyrie might have just been misinformed, misguided in what he was saying. And Kanye just might not have been as realistic as we think he was. Kanye plays a lot, you know what I'm saying? He's not everything is not serious with Kanye. It's always some kind of ploy, something else. It means something different than what he's saying. Right. It's a different kind of tactic there, right? So I say this, like, I don't know how you feel about it. Let me know. I said this earlier, right? I probably can, Ken, if you're listening, you're watching, I probably can. But I really find it hard for me to have a real opinion on those type of situations. Because I just look at myself as, I'm who I am. I'm a man, and I might be the head of a household. I might be the leader. I might be this person's, daddy, or daddy, depending on what you call him. Yeah. But, I might be those things. Might be the leader. Might be all that. But in a nutshell, bro, I really just work at a hardware store. Like, I don't have these problems they have. I work at a hardware store, and everything is according to plan. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things deviate, and my job is to get it back on track. In my life, in real life, outside of that, working, podcast, whatever, I'm usually just ahead of something. And my goal is to lead efficiently. And if something get off track, put it back on track. That's what I do. All this stuff about Jewish and this and secret cults and all that stuff, that ain't never been my thing to like really dive into. Not to say that I don't have takes on those, but I don't have takes on those and I don't have enough knowledge and information on those to really like dig into it how somebody else can dig in. I can't give you no whole soliloquy about why Kanye is wrong, why Kyrie is wrong, why he's offensive, why he's not offensive, why the NBA should leave him alone, why the NBA shouldn't find him, why they should find him. I don't know. Right. I work at a hardware store, bro. Like that's all I can tell you. I'm a dad, but I work at a hardware store. So like, not to say that my opinion would be valid, that I can't speak on it, that you can't speak on it, that somebody else can't speak on it, but my take, I try to be as consistent as possible with all my takes. So I would on purpose stay away from the topic that I feel like I don't have enough knowledge on. Right. Somebody asked me the other day, they was like, well, do robbers only go after white people? Why they asked me that, I don't know how it got there. But like I told them, I know a lot of robbers, yes, but I know more regular black people than I know robbers. So I couldn't give you the information on that because if I only know 10, 12 robbers, I know 4,000 or 5,000 black people. Is that adequate enough information for me to say, you know what, they do only go after whites? I don't know. And I can speak on them 12 that I know, but I mean, that won't give you the answer. That'll give you the answer you want to have, which is also what I'm getting to. I tell you, a lot of times we say media don't do it justice, and I can agree from a certain standpoint. I feel like media has definitely, I'm not gonna say they've blown it out of proportion, but they've made it bigger than what it needed to be. I guess they're saying that's the same thing, right? Yeah. That is, but I don't want to say it as if like they did it on purpose. But sometimes, like if I'm interviewing you and I'm asking you questions, right? I feel like based off your responses, I'm gonna tell whether you want to answer those kind of questions, if you're uncomfortable, if I should keep asking you more questions. I can kind of tell.
Be able to feel the room.
Read the room.
Yeah.
I can read it. And I feel like reading the room, you kind of could tell. Like, I think because Kyrie is so confident in how he speaks, he's a black, confident person. Being black and being confident is like, ooh, it's very threatening, man. Like, and it's so threatening to the point where I think when you're black and you're confident and you speak a certain way, people will naturally take it take it the wrong way on purpose to throw you off track. If that makes sense. Like, you ever argue with somebody and you losing the argument probably, or they losing the argument and they bring up something that had nothing to do with what you're talking about.
Right.
That's throwing you off track. You're too confident with how you're speaking right now. Let me ask you a question this way, because you're going to answer it the wrong way, because I'm not even asking you what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I think with the media, as I watch it and I read it, they kept asking him. After the first day when he walked out, let it go. But no. They asked him again. And it's to the point, I wonder if they asked him anything about the game. I haven't, in the last week or so, I haven't seen them ask Kyrie one question about the game he played. Like, a turnover, a rebound, a nice move. Like, it's just been about social media.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, do they really want to pay the players? You know what I'm saying? Like, they so quick to want to take it away from them. So it is.
You know, I seen Charleston White saying something, which I don't know why I bring him up. Sorry, but I just had to bring him up. I saw him say something about you take the biggest, baddest slave and you go whoop him and whoop him. He said whoop like 30,000 times.
Yeah.
Whoop him, and then nobody's saying that's enough, that's enough, that's enough. I don't know. And I think people share it, and I get it. I'm not saying I disagree that Charleston White is wrong. I think everybody take, if they able to express it in a certain way, I respect everybody's take on anything. Even if I wholeheartedly disagree with you, I'm gonna respect your take if you're able to explain it in an adequate way, or like you got some common sense.
Right.
His take was cool. I get it. I don't think, because I don't look at Kanye as the biggest and baddest of anything. So that take don't go to me. Now, somebody who idolizes Kanye and look at him as he's the end all be, that's the black guy I want to be like. Then I maybe go to him. It don't go for me. Like, Kanye is not my biggest black savior type person. So even if they are trying to show an example through him, I'm not seeing it. I don't look at Kanye that way.
Right.
You know, what I can say is I've always been somebody who like is careful about what I say and how I say it. I feel like sometimes like knowledge is pain sometimes, because sometimes you know too much and it hurts you. I mean that in, let me say, I don't know. I mean that in the most sincere way. Sometimes knowledge is pain. Sometimes you know too much and it hurts you, where one, you're not teachable. So sometimes you know too much that you feel like you're not teachable. So if I know so much and I feel like I know it all, you can't even tell me, well, really, you got to go that way, not this way. I know, then shut up. I know enough. I go that way, it's wrong. Boom. I'm hurt now. Something happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, when you know too much and you're confident, it come off as arrogant sometimes. That don't rub certain people in the right way, especially somebody in power. If you know more than the person that's in power, they already gonna feel a certain way. If you being arrogant, you being too confident, overly confident, it's just not gonna mesh well.
Right.
So I feel like, a lot of times when you know things, I'm not saying you ain't gotta dumb nothing down, you ain't gotta dumb yourself down at all. But when you know things and you feel like you know it all, sometimes you gotta play it back like.
Definitely. I mean, that's like laws of power. You know what I'm saying?
All.
You can't always show your superior, everything that you know. You know what I'm saying? Because they could just take it wrong. The line between arrogance and confidence is so thin, and people are so sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do have to dial yourself back.
Nah, you're 100% right. Laws of power, man. That's everything, man. Read, man. But it's in books. Everything's in the books. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's in the books.
Right?
It's fundamental, supposed to be. So yeah, man. I don't know what to say about the Kanye and Kyrie thing. I'm just touching on it because I'm in media, so I feel like I'm supposed to say something about it. But honestly, if you wanna know, or if you want a way to feel about it, because some people don't know what's going on. They just know Kyrie, know Kanye, know they said something, they know they did this, they in the tabloids, they don't know nothing about what's going on. They don't know nothing about this Jewish stuff or this anti-Semitic stuff. They don't know what it means. They don't know anything about it. If you don't know anything about it and you want to know something about it, I would advise you to go to it. I'm going to put the link in my YouTube description. Go in the description, right? Hit the link. It's going to be Making a Difference podcast. You listen to it. It's 34 minutes of pure genius, and it's Kim Megan speaking about it. And if you don't have a way to feel about it, after listening to it, you can have a way to feel about it and also be intellectually inclined to feel that way about it. So shout out to Kim Megan once again, man. That's a dope individual, man. I love his podcast. Now, the next thing I can touch on, I know this a lot. I know this all too well. Not in the best way, though. But so we had Rest in Peace to Take Off, right?
Rest in Peace, Take Off.
From the Migos. I want to say this before I get into. I'm one of the people who can seem desensitized to a lot of things. I can seem cold or heartless to a lot of things. When I woke up and saw the news, I'm like, damn, yeah, did it hit me a lot? Like, damn, nah, not really. But as I watched social media unfold, and I started thinking about things like, damn, that's crazy, because some of the people I'm around, that's 26 that I be around, or that's 25, all this stuff, that era, 25, 24, 26, 23, that era, Migos to them is like probably Lil Wayne to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that you in high school, it's like a new era music is fresh and it's theirs. A lot of people that graduated in 2015, 2014, 2013, that's Migos, that's Versace era, that's that era coming out. That's that era. That's what so they grew with them.
Everybody was doing the Nay and Whip and everything during that era.
That era, that not crunk, but it was like a new version of it.
Right.
Trap crunk era, so to speak. And Takeoff Migos is a big part of that. So that athletes are a very influential part of that, like monumental part of that era. You know what I'm saying? Iconic part of that. That's an iconic group.
Yeah, depending on who you're talking to, the Takeoff is like the best one. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically,
definitely was one. Musically, probably the most talented one. Just didn't say too much, so of course it don't come off as such.
Yeah, he's so low key, so it definitely threw everybody off.
And that's a good point to get into. So definitely, rest in peace to him, and I condolences to anybody, whether you knew him or not, or you're just a fan, whatever. One thing I will say is, I think social media has made it to where, like, if they don't feel how you feel about somebody's death, you're doing too much. When you say R.I.P. Or when you say rest in peace. So I seen a lot of posts saying like, so you can't say rest in peace unless you know the person, and that happens every time a celebrity die, because what happens is, and I've been there, you scroll in the timeline, you keep seeing it. You're like, oh, y'all doing too much. Only because you don't feel that way about it, like they feel. You can't do that with somebody's feelings. This is death being involved. You don't know what somebody's music done did to somebody. You know what I'm saying? You talking about music. You make music. You make music. It's something you gonna make, or something you've made, or something that somebody else has made for you, that you always gonna cherish. So when that happens, something happens to that person, that artist, you gonna feel it, whether you knew him or not. You like, damn, man. Like me, I love Nina Baker. Something happened to her. I'm like, damn, I listen to music all day to be sulking. I don't know that lady. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her. She don't know me. But her music has done something to me. It's done something for me. Music, it messes, it's in your soul. You know what I'm saying? It's within you. It becomes you. You got memories with music. Definitely. So it may not be the music, maybe just that memory. I take your Chief Keef, Love Sosa.
Right.
I love the song because my brother had his first big game, played against Laney. He scored 33 points in the second half, had 37 points at the end of the game. His first breakout game. After that, he never looked back. He had big games. But that game, they kept playing Love Sosa during, like, every time he hit a three. So that song to me, like, it makes me think of, like, a monumental night. Like, damn, like, this is happening for him.
Right.
All hard paying off. I'm going to feel a way that happens. Something happened to Chief. Like, damn, he made that song. Like, it's not because him, but the song and what it means to me, that linked to that memory. Right. So who knows what, with Takeoff and Migos and them had. These people in high school, coming out of high school, you got first love, you got, fall in love with people, you got in and out relationships, you got college, you got all this stuff, all the experiences that link to music, that link to Migos. Right. So, yeah, if you felt the way about it, I think it's warranted. I think that we got to stop letting social media make our minds up for us, man. I think Beanie Siegel said that years ago, and I always agree with that. I think a lot of times people let social media make their mind up for them. And I get it if you're doing reviews. I want to see if I want to try this Chinese spot. I go to Yelp or whatever, Reddit or whatever. All reviews is bad. I might not try it. But who knows? I might go there and like it. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Right. So we got to stop letting social media make our minds up for us. But what I wanted to get into, and I told you a little bit about it before we got on air, was I think the thing about the Takeoff situation that was most resonated with me was feeling like if it could have been avoided. That's all I always think about. I don't think about nothing that happened. If somebody gonna shoot a gun, they're gonna shoot a gun, whatever, but could it have been avoided? And I always think about survivor's remorse. So I'm alive, you alive. I don't know your background. I don't know if you've ever been around somebody that got shot and died there or whatever, but you end up having survivor's remorse when people you grew up with, y'all doing the same things. You know what I'm saying? You don't go one day, they go, they never come back again. Right. Damn, I could have went.
Yeah.
Survivor's remorse. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing some stuff. You go away for the summer. You come back. Somebody died. They doing the stuff y'all was doing. Survivor's remorse. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of ways. You ain't got to just be in a situation. You just got to be something that y'all was doing together. That was y'all thing.
Right.
You didn't do it that day. Something happened. Fuck.
Yeah, I've experienced
Maybe if I was there.
Mm-hmm.
You was in the military, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's everybody ain't making it back home.
Mm-hmm.
We all going out the country. Everybody ain't coming back home.
Right.
Survivor's remorse. And I say that when I say, you know, shout out to Takeoff, and I mean, not shout out, rest in peace Takeoff, but Quavo, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was there. I can't imagine that, bro. Like, I can't imagine being in a situation. And that's the thing. It's like, when you in situations, and I think we have so much of a pride issue sometimes that we be in situations that we don't think about everybody who's linked to the situation.
Right. They uncle and nephew.
That's even how, I don't know the dynamic, because like I said, that's not my era. But who the uncle? Who was the uncle?
I believe Quavo's the uncle.
So that means that Takeoff is his sister's son.
Right.
How you go tell your sister like yo, things got out of hand? I would assume, I don't know who. I don't know. I would just assume he was the lead. He always seemed like the leader, so I'm assuming he's the leader. He's in charge. He's leading his nephew.
Yeah,
that's a tough pill to swallow when you're the leader, and the leader makes it home, but the person that's following you don't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get the side eye.
I ain't getting to the camera stuff because I ain't gotta get into that. Y'all know that the camera stuff is it's a gift and a curse, depending on what side of the coin you on. But I can imagine. I can tell you this: if I'm a sister, I'm mad at that video. I'm mad.
Definitely.
Not only did I get to see an image of my son and just this, that whole ordeal, but as I listen to it, I don't know what y'all hear. I'm not blaming nobody. I'm never gonna blame nobody. I can't blame nobody for death. But I do think that the way you react in certain situations sometimes determines the cause and reaction to certain things, cause and effect to certain things. And I'm not putting on nobody. I just want to give an example. This could not be the reason it happened. I'm just throwing it out there because I heard it on the audio.
Right.
But I know the last words I heard before I heard gunshots or a hit or whatever was, let me walk off. I've been to hurt somebody.
Right.
Those are words you just can't say and walk off though. Though not around the type of environment they was in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just don't say that. And I'm not saying it's his fault because I don't know what happened leading up to that. I don't know if there was already plan. I don't know none of that stuff. So I'm not sitting here saying that. But as I'm thinking out loud, and I'm just thinking like, I just told you the other day, I tell a story here. I wanted to tell people, but like I said, it's hard to tell that story. But I'm gonna tell it here and try to give it in the shortest fashion I can give it in. But I'm in A-Town the other day on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the phone and I'm snapping. So I'm like, I'm in A-Town, and you double tap the camera and you start to, turn look the other way. I'm going in and out like I do. Anybody know my snap? I'll do the same thing. Somebody walks in behind me. So I guess he goes up to the girl ordering. Unbeknownst to me, I'm not looking at that. I'm not thinking about it. So he goes out. Luckily, I didn't save it. I just happened to cut it off because I think when he walked behind me, I happened to look at him, and my phone was too much on me. It was on the wrong section, so I didn't think none of it. He go out. So he come back in. Now mind, I'm sitting just like this, like on the camera. I'm sitting just like this, right? He comes like behind me. He go, hey, yo, I ain't going to trip or nothing like that. Just going to delete the video. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping to delete the video, but, I really could do you dirty, pull that file, make you strip naked. Whoa. Already I'm like, because at that moment, it's like this. Let's just say I was, to me, that day would be considered somebody having a drop on you. I don't know if you know what that means, but, like they up on you, nothing you can do.
Oh, yeah.
That would be that. If he had it on him or whatever, and I didn't have it. I'm in the 8th time, I'm coming from work. I'm not thinking about that,
Oh, yeah.
But just to tell a story, I'm like, yo, like I ain't got no video, I ain't recorded, da-da-da. He walks off, cool, he goes out, leaves. I ain't thinking of it. Cool. He comes back in. He goes to girl. I feel like this time he came back in, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even say too much, he just walked in, and as she walking out, he goes, this nigga over here recording this shit. Now, he said that, I felt like he was trying to hype himself up to either do something or to feel like he needed to do something. Maybe she'd say, go check that, or I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Nothing happens. The third time comes in, I'm still sitting down. He goes, yeah, bro, like, come on, like why'd you record? I said, bro, I already told you I ain't recording your girl. So I'm not even gonna keep going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, so verbatim, what I said was like, hey, I ain't gonna keep going back and forth, but I told you I ain't recording. And it was like awkward silence. He's like, all right, bro, all right. He go out again. At this point, I'm like, let me get up because the next time you come in here, I'm gonna assume it's something more than what it is. Because first of all, I ain't even trying to be funny, but if you see the girls I've talked to, and this girl, no disrespect, she was white. I'm not being disrespectful at all. I'm just saying, like, she was white and she looked like she was on meth. That's just what it was. So I had my mindset was even thinking they was together for one, because he's a young black kid. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go stand up there to get my food, whatever. And he comes in again. So he comes in the fourth time. I got to see him walk up. So he walk up to me, whatever. And he goes, bro, let me see your phone. I said, bro, it's not gonna happen, bro. Like, I'm not, come on. At this point now, and I'm pissed. I'm irritated now at this point. So I'm not looking at him. I'm just kind of talking past him. And I think that pissed him off. He was like, I mean, you never looking at him, bro. And I knew if I look at him, I'm gonna start getting upset. Right. So I'm like, bro, I already told you, you know, like, I don't know. I don't have no video. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't recording your girl. Like, you know, but I couldn't bring myself to explain it to him. You probably wondering, what I gotta do? What I gotta do with this? What I gotta do with this? Sometimes how you respond in certain situations can determine the cause and effect. Right. One, I feel like backing down sometimes it lets people think you soft. Mm-hmm. So then they'll do something for real. I feel like he needed a reason to do something, but soft wasn't gonna be the reason. Backing down wasn't gonna be the reason. Right. You know what I'm saying? However, I wasn't gonna be overly disrespectful either, because I do got 2 daughters I'm trying to make it home to. I do have things. I do have people that rely on me to make it back home every day. I do have people that if I don't make it home or I don't make it to the next day, their life like it would change drastically. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's bigger than you in the situations. I could have easily been like, yo, get out of here if I hurt you. Or get out if I do something to you. Right. That wouldn't have went right. Probably go left. He probably looking for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I was very non-confrontational. I was very just calm like I am now. Just like I always be. And I said like, it's reasons like that I feel like, you know, you able to make it back home and make it back, you know, to your family or to the end of the day, because you're not putting yourself or your loved ones in certain situations. Not say that's what Quavo did, but those words like that in that environment aren't the best words to use. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he could take it back now if he wanted to. I don't know if it was a plan already. I mean, I see a lot of videos, a lot of conspiracy theories, but I ain't gonna get into that. Right. But that situation made me think of like how many situations I've been in where it could definitely go left. This was just last week. This was the day before he died. It was Halloween when that happened. Halloween. I recorded the girl saying she was the queen of Augusta right before that. And that was, like I said, even then I still did the interview. So my day didn't change. But think about that. I could not do the interview. I could not interview you. I could have did that. I could be shot in hospital. He could be shot. Like, who knows? We could tussle over a gun. You never know. Like, I'm not that person that think like I'm just the end all be all. I'm the biggest, baddest dude. No. Right. It could be me that's been in hospital. It could be me ended up shot. It could be me end up dead. It could be him. It could be whatever. You never know. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta but that's why you have to handle yourself accordingly in every situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even I have to go outside. Like, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen when I go outside, but I'm gonna go outside though. You know what I'm saying? But then me think of that situation like, damn, yeah, he lost his life. That's gonna happen. We lose people to violence all the time. It's just I wonder if people think before they put themselves in a situation, before you say something to somebody, before you test somebody, right. Do you wonder if they're gonna pass that test or not? Some people gonna pass some tests. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. Like that Quavo thing had me think about this. Like when that happened, I'm like, damn, this could have been me that last night.
Yeah, words got weight to them.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
and it weighs on people differently. That's the thing.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know that Quavo thing. It's a little. That's a little rough one. I mean, that Takeoff Quavo thing is a little rough, but yeah, I mean, rest in peace to, you know, Takeoff, and I don't think. I think when it's your time. It sucks how it happens sometimes. And then I feel like so many deaths happen on camera is just crazy. Like we literally see a murder a week, a day probably on film.
I don't even know if he was a father yet. You know,
I don't know anything about him like that. I like their music though. Like they made dope music. It's just unfortunate, bro. Like it's unfortunate to people be young. I don't think he was 30 yet. Like people be young, bro. People be young. Mm-hmm. They're young with money and they should be able to live life. Right. You know, you should be able to live if you got that much money or however he's worth, how much he's worth, but you live in that kind of lifestyle, you should be able to live life, bro. You should have to live life without being in that type of situation.
Right. Comfortably.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a situation you kind of be in the neighborhood when you ain't got nothing going for yourself, rent due, and you shooting the dice with the last $20 you got. mess around, start losing, and get hit in the dice. That's the situation you probably need to be in then, because you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation. Now when you up, you up. The sad part is looking at the video, just like he ain't do nothing. Like, but that's what I'm saying, survivors and more, because I didn't hear him say anything.
Right.
I don't see a video of him talking. Yeah, he's like, more to himself.
You want a confrontational guy.
If and I'm not saying I want anybody to pass away, but if somebody's in a situation where things are getting confrontational, I'm almost expecting one of the confrontational people to be the victim or whatever the case. If it has to come to that, not the person just minding his business in the background. But the sad thing about it is we don't think about that. That could be that could be what happened. You could be arguing at the park, start shooting, you hit a little girl, dropping double dutch or something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think before we start doing things, just the actions. But survival mode's gonna be crazy. I really, rest in peace to Takeoff, but you know, that's a hard pill to swallow for somebody that was there. Right. And that seems to be the focal point of whatever was going on. And to walk away, I ain't saying scarlet, 'cause that's a big scar you gotta wear versus life. Yeah. But to walk away with your life and somebody who wasn't in the focal point of that ordeal, not breathing no more, shit gonna be tough to deal with. Right. Shit gonna be tough to deal with. Yeah, man. You know, I don't know, man. I had another topic, but that's 30 minutes. That was kind of heavy, man. That's a lot to talk about. That was kind of heavy. I didn't expect that. I wasn't gonna tell a story. I told once, maybe two people. I wasn't gonna tell it multiple times. It wasn't no crazy story to tell. It just something that happened. But you know, a lot of times, like I said, I talk to and through. Right. So that story could be the reason why somebody else life don't get taken, because they might either they get robbed or get hit up at gunpoint, or somebody argued them in another restaurant or whatever the case may be. They watching it, might think, let me just chill. Yeah, watch how you respond. Keep my composure, you know. And it's not about being tough or being a sucker. Granted, afterwards you're gonna feel how you're gonna feel. I was livid afterwards. I'm not gonna lie, because somebody walk up to you like that. If you do have it on you, I'm not saying that anybody should do this, but if you do have it on you, some people ain't gonna think to hear any one question you got to say. Right. Once you tell somebody I could pull a gun out, and that's all they gonna hear. They ain't gonna hear nothing else you saying, because their first reaction is to just, you know, that's it. Like that's it. That's your first reaction. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't know. Like, even the dude, he ended up telling me, he's like, yeah, I'm 32, man. I'm 24. I got 5 kids. I mean, it made me think like, damn, bro. Like, you don't even care about life.
Come on, man. Don't throw it away.
You know what I'm saying? Over
a video. It wasn't even about your lady.
I don't know, man. That was tough. That was crazy. And it's like, anybody that know me is like, I don't know. I think I handled myself well in the situation. I think I really handled myself well, because it's not like he was super big. You know what I'm saying? You could just grab and you choke a nigga out. You know, like, and then I'm the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Or if I lose their life, you the bad guy. What you lost life for? I don't know. Niggas ask me questions. It's just you don't know what anybody been through. You don't know anybody background. You don't know what anybody done did. Like i.e. You in military. People in military done did some things that they don't want to do. Right. But you see them and you see a regular person. Not saying you, or I'm not saying anybody in the military, anybody minded, but the military got bodies on bodies. They done had to kill a lot of people. Righteous. You don't know. So you walk up to somebody and tell them, oh, I could pull that file, and now PTSD. Might snap your fucking neck. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what happened last time somebody said something about pulling a gun on this person, but you talking about that like that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. And I think that, like I said, but you gotta, on the flip side of all that, you gotta make it back home. So, yeah, you want to be, you want to be Jackie Chan, Jet Li, all that stuff. You can't really do. You gotta think about the bigger picture. The bigger picture is you make it back home, and all those people, you can name 20, 15, whatever, name people that rely on you, that want you to make it back. They would prefer to hear this story rather than another one. You know.
Yeah. What's your bird's eye view about things? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How high are you flying, looking at this stuff? How much do you see? You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, if you you seen the whole picture, I'm not gonna go and just get that one little piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some jewels in this picture. Right. Some precious jewels that I get to see, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man. So this is how my thing allows go. Most times I come here, I just start talking, rambling.
Oh,
You
yeah.
notice me have no notes. I ain't tell you nothing. I just said these things is what I want to kind of discuss. We hit it on and we go from there, man. Make sure y'all go shop with Slim. Sit down with Slim. This is a shirt. Let me do it one more time for my guy. Damn, did you see it last time? Cause I had the chair. Hold on, the chair.
Yeah,
all
the chair
white.
was blocking
You ain't say
it,
nothing.
man.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hold up, look. Make sure you
You
shop. Sit
usually
down
do-
with Slim. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn around this way. Let me. All right, there we go.
There we go.
There we
Yeah,
go, yeah.
ladies and gents.
All right. My man ain't tell me the chair.
Nah, man, I thought you knew what time it was. Like, hey.
Nah, that's all good, man. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, make sure you keep supporting the podcast, support the platform. If you want me to interview a certain guest or anybody in particular, let me know. Send them my way. If you got a story or questions you want me to ask, send me questions. I typically try to get all the questions in one setting. So if you send them and I don't do it the very next episode, I'm probably waiting until I get about 4, 5, 6 questions and I'll answer all of them in a separate episode. But if it's urgent, you can always email me at morettmasters@gmail.com, morettmasters@gmail.com. I usually answer that pretty fast, faster than my Facebook. I don't know, it's giving automated responses. So when you message me on Facebook and I respond, it's not me responding. My Facebook just respond for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So yeah. Anything you want them to do?
Make sure y'all go follow me, JodySon_Chris on Instagram. And then if you want to check out the music, go to any one of your music platforms, search NGE Jody, and you'll find me.
All right, man. Look, man. One Masters Podcast, Nothing Out Loud. We out. Let's get it.